Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome to a new video. Hope everyone's having a good one. And today I want to talk about something that I was quite not expecting. So when I was in high school and college, oh my god, I can't believe I said that. This is like Uncle or I'm dropping over here. But anyway, when I was in high school and college, I ran cross country and track. I did it in high school and I did it in college, and overall I have a love for the sport, and right now, I'm actually a head track and cross country coach over at a small junior college. I'm not going to say where, but all that is neither here nor there. But the big reason why I wanted to make this video was because there is some unexpected news that has happened in the running community, and to be more precise, the high school running community. You see, cross country in high school lasts from August to about early to mid-November regular season, depending on how far your team makes it in the state tournament. But after the season ends, you have an option to do some postseason meets. The big three of the postseason meets in high school cross country are Nike Cross Regionals / Nationals, Running Lane Nationals, and Foot Locker Regionals. And each one of them have their own barrier of entry to qualify for nationals. And you're probably asking the question, GT, enough of this yap sesh, what's going on? Just tell us. Well, I'll tell you right now that one of the big three of the national championship cross-country races for high school, known as the Foot Locker Cross Country Championships, has been canceled. Yeah, one of the big threes in high school cross-country nationals ceased to exist. And after some digging, I've came down to some of the reasons why the Foot Locker National Championships have been canceled. Decreased interest and a higher competition rate. And putting on an event like Foot Locker is not cheap at all. There's a lot to take in. And that aspect is a little more understandable because you have to send the kids who qualify for nationals to California. You have to set up their hotel rooms. You have to buy all the gear, and et cetera, et cetera. And oh yeah, you also got to produce the live stream, and you have to also work on the other qualifying meets. And yeah, which honestly, cost aspect, I totally understand where they're coming from on that. But at the same time, this has been a massive thing in the running community ever since the 1970s. This is a race where some of the best high school runners in the nation qualify. This is where they spent years of their high school career, like wanting to qualify and hoping to qualify. And this is something to not only add to their resume, but also just to say, hey, I competed against some of the best cross-country runners in the nation. If you scroll through Instagram or Twitter, there are some now professional runners giving their condolences and, basically just talking about the memories they had over at Foot Locker Nationals, and them showing off their pictures from said meet, basically just reflecting on the memories and talking about how disappointing it is that the Foot Locker Championships are no longer a thing. And admittedly, I'm kind of one of those people too. Look. I was never a big time, top 5-star cross country or track recruit in high school. But when I was in high school, I did run the Foot Locker regional race. But however, I did know some people who qualified for the national meet, and they said they had a really awesome experience. And the energy is nothing they've ever seen before in a race. And also another thing I also kind of want to point out, that in hindsight, the signs were pretty telling that the Foot Locker Cross Country Championships were not going to be around much longer, because back in 2020, they got canceled due to COVID reasons, but it wasn't until about 2021 they underwent some name changes. in 2021, it was named the East Bay Cross Country Championships. And in 2022 was when Champs took it over and named it the Champs Cross Country Championship, which that title sounds pretty stupid in my honest opinion, but whatever. And now here we are in 2025 is when they decided to shut the doors on it for good. And for another reason why Foot Locker decided to close the door on the national championships was because to explore other venues in the distance running scene, which I don't know what could that would mean. And I don't know if they're planning on doing another big race outside of high school cross country in the future, or if they're trying to make more money just so they can bring that back sometime down the road. I really don't know. Yeah, and I don't really keep up with high school cross country and track anymore, but I will say this. This season is going to be really interesting to watch. Knowing that Foot Locker / Champs or whatever it's called is no longer a thing. And it's going to be really weird for the next year or so just to get used to knowing that too. But anyway, I kind of want to hop on and make a video about that and give my opinions on it. Anyway, this has been Cool Toxic. See y'all around. Like, sub, or don't. It's whatever. Anyway, peace.